Hello there pinball fans, welcome back to Majestic Pinball on YouTube. We are back at Pinball Republic in Croydon and we are here every Thursday night running a little competition, and we are open every Saturday and every Sunday as long as someone is available to host. Anyway, today we're back filming one of my very favourite games here at Pinball Republic. This is the top tier of my favourite list. This is Whitewater, made by Williams in 1993, and they made 7,008 of these. This game was designed by Dennis Nordman, and it is one of my favourite WPC machines. So one of the great things about Whitewater, in my opinion, is the oodles and oodles of ramps that are interweaving amongst each other. You have a great ramp that comes down the left-hand side of the playfield. On most Whitewaters that I've seen, as the ball comes along this like roller coaster ramp, it bangs into the glass and just gives it a little tap, which I find really satisfying. So Whitewater is a game of various different stages. The main objective is to complete your vacation planner and head all the way to Wet Willie's River Ranch. You have to complete 4 missions or objectives. You have to advance the class of your river up to 6. You have to have 3 balls locked. You have to complete everything in the boulder garden, and you have to have your raft value all the way up to number 16. So let's break that down a little bit so that we can understand what the hell is going on at Wet Willie's. So the first stage of getting to Wet Willie's River Ranch, gets harder and harder to say the more I say it, is to advance the class of your river. You can do that by hitting the 5 stand-up targets here along this little side. You've got R, I, V, E and R. Shooting all of those will advance the class of your river hazard from 1 to 6. Getting all the way to 6 will check off a objective on your vacation planner. Next up on the vacation planner we have completing all of the rafts. The rafts you can see in the middle, you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, blah, 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 all the way up to Fabulous Wet Willies. You can complete those rafts by completing hazards. So the hazard shots are the big orange arrows for each shot. Starting off on the left, we have the boulder garden, which is an orbit that comes all the way around. We have the spine chiller, which goes all the way up to the upper playfield. We have the no way out, which is the lock shot. We have disaster drop, that brings the ball around back to the left orbit. We have the boomerang bend, which is the right hand orbit, shoots all the way around and comes out to the other side. And then up on the upper playfield we have insanity falls, which is the crazy ramp that bangs into the glass. And then we have Bigfoot's bluff, which is the shot that goes all the way around and into the whirlpool or down into Bigfoot's cave. So at the first raft you have a few hazards lit. Shooting all of those advances your raft to the next one. As you progress, the game will want more and more hazard shots to progress your raft. Then we have the boulder garden. This is the next stage of your vacation planner. The boulder garden is over in the right hand side with all of the jet bumpers. You have different values here. I suppose you could say they're modes of some sort. You have the whirlpool challenge, man overboard, light extra ball, advanced raft, the mystery canyon, and 5 times playfield. And the way you light those and collect them is via the upper playfield. You want to shoot 1 shot up to the left hand ramp, that lights the whirlpool. The right hand shot, which says whirlpool is lit, has a red light on it, is the other ramp. It comes all the way around past Bigfoot and comes into the whirlpool. When you go into the whirlpool and the whirlpool's lit, whatever mode you have lit on the boulder garden is what you shall receive. Whirlpool challenge is an interesting one. That's a 2-ball multi-ball where the more balls you can send around into the whirlpool, the more points you score. Man overboard is just a hurry up. One shot on the playfield will be lit and it'll be screaming at you to save a man that's fallen off your raft. Collecting the hurry up saves the man. Light extra ball is self-explanatory, so is advanced raft. That just automatically advances your raft up the river. Mystery canyon is the spirit of the river, where you get a strange person on the DMD who awards you a mystery amount of points. And 5 times playfield gives a 5 times multiplier for a certain amount of time on the whole entire playfield. That is obviously the most valuable one. And what's next? We have multi-ball. The way you light lock is by shooting the green stand-up targets either side of the lock shot. Shooting both of those will give you one of the lock lights in the center of the no way out lane. You can collect those all the way up to 3, so you can just bang away on those stand-up targets, light all 3 locks, and then just shoot all the 3 balls up to the no way out shot to start multi-ball. During multi-ball, your jackpots are on the lovely ramp that taps on the glass. So all the balls come out onto the upper playfield, and you want to just slap as many balls around that ramp as you can. There are a few other things in Whitewater worth mentioning. We have the Lost Mine over on the left hand side here. There's a little scoop down here which you can't really see underneath this flasher. Shooting that scoop 3 times will collect various items to help you find a buried treasure gold mine thing, which is a little multi-ball and a switch frenzy mode, so you'll have 2 balls come out and every single shot on the playfield is worth 250,000 points, I do believe. You also have a kickback on the left-hand outlane. You can light that by shooting the 3 red stand-up targets here. That lights your kickback. The extra ball target is just here on the right-hand side by the one of the jets. I would not advise aiming for it because it just tends to send the ball straight down the outlane. But obviously, if the ball's slamming around, it just hits into it and you get an extra ball, then that's great. There's a few other features hidden in Whitewater as well, which I'm not going to mention because I don't want to take up too much of your time and I'm really itching to play. So let's fire up the river. So there's our first raft and our first ride into the whirlpool. This is the Whirlpool Challenge, a 2-ball multi-ball, where every ball into the whirlpool gives you 5 million points. One thing I will just say before we play anymore, one thing I see people that are new to Whitewater do all the time is just fully plunge the handle and shoot the ball all around and it comes down the ramp and it goes straight down the middle and they say Whitewater sucks, it's the worst game ever. Do not fully plunge on Whitewater if you want to have any chance of playing it. What you want to do is just plunge it gently so it just trickles off the edge of the ramp and leads you to the upper playfield. Otherwise, Whitewater is not very fun. There we go. So we're making really good progress on our rafts. We're up to number 10, we're working on number 12. We've got one ball left to lock for multi-ball. The whirlpool's lit. And here we go for multi-ball. So not the best multi-ball, but at least we got a jackpot. So extra ball is lit. We're not going to shoot for it because it leads to death, but if we hit the target, then awesome. So here we are at Wet Willie's. We need to shoot all of the hazards. And that was exactly why you don't want to plunge too hard on Whitewater. Five times playfield and we messed it up. So not the best multi-ball, but at least we did get a jackpot. So here's another Boulder Garden Award. And there we go, that was a couple of pretty good games of Whitewater for you here from Pinball Republic in Croydon. If you haven't subscribed already, please do consider, as it does really help the channel and I really appreciate it. But as always, thank you very much for watching and I shall see you guys very shortly in the next video. Bye guys.